going on, guys? Zephonix here with some Jimmy John's. We got some cookie. We got a drink. Forgot my damn straw. And we're going to do a review on the new DuckTales. Now, I was a huge fan of the original DuckTales. Even as an adult, I love the new, I love the old DuckTales because it had everything and has everything that you want in a show. First of all, it has a great intro, a really catchy intro. The actual show in itself has multiple variants of characters, you know, who are actually interesting. Some of them annoying more than others, but they were interesting. And last but not least, a great, fantastic adventure that you can just like literally constantly do. And on top of that, the characters, like eventually the story, while the story wasn't a coherent story, you know, kind of like the first episode tied into the second, which tied into the third, which tied into the fourth, like they do now. And incidentally, as they're doing in the new show. But the thing was, is that they would go ahead and do like season premieres that will go ahead and enhance the story even better, such as the introduction of Gizmo Duck. Sorry, I like Gizmo Duck. Anyway, so what do I think of the new DuckTales? I gotta say, I love it. I really do. I was kind of surprised at how much fun I was actually having fun watching DuckTales. So check this out, right? It did what this stuff usually do. Basically, you had a 1-hour premiere. The first thing I'm going to mention is the triplets, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Huey was the one in red, and he was the one still wearing the cap, and he was the woodchuck, the junior woodchuck kind of character. You know, he was like wanting to be prepared and stuff like that, which was cool. The second one was Dewey, who was the one in blue. He was the adventurous one. Who was the adventurous one? Yeah, I think he was the adventurous one. And Dewey, who was the one in green, was the one in you know, he was kind of laid back one, but he did like himself some money, so which was kind of cool. Incidentally, like you got a couple of Easter eggs from the very first episode too. Like for example, they give a shout out to Saint Bernard, Saint Bernard, which is the home of Darkwing Duck. In the very first episode, almost in the first, what was it, like the first 5 minutes? So I was like, okay, nod to you. And that was a great one too. And I wish, like I said, I wish I could start doing videos from home again. Well, we'll talk about that some other time. But I can't right now. But the one part that I thought was hilarious was the part where he goes, you know, he was like, okay, so they was all living in a boat, right? And so Donald had to go out to this interview, and they was like, go. And the babysitter's not here, but whatever, go. So Donald was about to walk away, and then the boat started. So he turned around. He said, "Where's Dewey?" And then one of them said, "I don't know." And the other one was like, no, he said, "Who's Dewey?" The best part was he was like, the other two, triplet was like, he just looked at him like that. It was great. I was sitting there laughing the whole entire time. That was and that was a precursor to things to come. So, basically, you know, so the triplets were really good. I really like the triplets. Scrooge McDuck himself, at first I didn't like his voice. I was like, yeah, because I'm still used to the original Scrooge McDuck's voice. You know, but then I started getting used to it, and you know, I was like, okay, I got this. I'm feeling it. So yeah, it did get good. It did good. And I do like the character himself. You know, character's kind of a, you know, he's kind of going back to living his glory days, you know, back when he used to do stuff, because, you know, he's not, as he said, he's not a has-been. He is a, what do you say, a still is, or is still, oh, wait, no, that's drawn together. Sorry, that joke has been done before, so it's hard to remember, you know, who said that joke, you know, but yeah, that was good. And Webbigail is fantastic. I am loving Webbigail, because this was a character who, you know, I just didn't like her because she was, in fact, just a triplet in pink. You know, Uncle Scrooge, you know, that's how she did it all the time, you know. Uncle Scrooge, the boys won't let me play. You know, and all that stuff. I say, not like her. I didn't hate her. That is reserved for another character who I'm going to talk about next. But Webbigail in this one, I absolutely loved. She was as adventurous. She was kind of like a female Scrooge, and she was adventurous, and she was just like, yeah, let's do this. You know, I loved the character. At the same time, she was definitely, while she was adventurous, she was also, kind of like a in-house girl, you know. She was someone who didn't get out much, so, you know, she didn't have a lot of friends and stuff like that. But like I said, it was really cool. You know, the one I hated the most though back in the day was freaking what's her name? Oh my God, what is her name? Mrs. Beakley. Oh my God, I hated her. You know, she was just, oh my God. I hated Mrs. Beakley. And this one, Miss Beakley got spunk, okay? Miss Beakley, there's one part where she was like, Scrooge was like, he goes, I don't need no help. And then he ends up needing help. So he goes, can I get a little help here? And Beakley just turns around and walks away. It was like the best scene ever. So, it was really fun. Mrs. Beakley, I like the way she looked. She looked a little Japanese, nice. She got like the Japanese with like her eyes kind of slanted a little bit with the glasses, and yeah, it was a really good look. I liked it. What else? Launchpad McQuack was there. Launchpad was decent. You know, he wasn't bad by any sense of the word. He's got like a new kind of thing to him. He's still got that whole goofy, not psychic, that goofy slapstick kind of thing to him. But overall, I was like, okay, I'm feeling him. You know, he didn't have a lot of lines there, but the lines that he did have, I actually did enjoy. So, you know, it was one part where like every single time he was talking about how he's a pilot, right? And then, you know, every time you get a chance, he's like, I'm a pilot, you know, so I did that. And so at that one point when they were flying, Scrooge was like, when did Launchpad become a pilot? Which is, you know, an old joke, but still, it was still good, you know? So definitely good characters. Like, you know, characters, Gale, Donald Duck. Now here's a twist that I did not see coming until I started watching the intro, which I watched the intro first before the actual show, which for the record, in the beginning of it, it has the show, then it has the intro after it, which is, you know, usually done in a lot of anime. I was watching this and I'm like, wait, there's a lot of Donald in this intro. And then I realized, oh, Donald's a mainstay character. Okay, I'm feeling this. I'm liking it. So Donald is now a mainstay character. Now, also, in the original one, Donald was pretty much just a precursor rather, to just like pretty much he was just there just to go ahead and kind of hand off the characters to his uncle. This one, he's not there just for that. He actually had a plot in the actual episode, so I thought that was really good. Another part that I thought was really awesome was the simple fact that like Donald had a history with Scrooge. Like, you don't know, like in the original one, he was like Uncle Scrooge, and okay, Uncle Scrooge, and so yeah, but you didn't really know too much about their history or whatever. The first time he actually calls him Uncle Scrooge is when they meet at, you know, Scrooge Manor. And like as soon as he calls him Uncle Scrooge, the triplets like, Uncle Scrooge! And they're just bouncing around because they realize that Scrooge McDuck, this multi-billionaire adventurous duck, is their uncle. So they're bugging out here. Which is, once again, just a really good scene. And there was a lot of good scenes. I'm at 8 minutes, I know, but there was a lot of good scenes here. And it just constantly, that was the one thing I loved about the show. The scenes were just constantly flowing, and there were just some awesome scenes in this damn thing. So you got to find out that Donald was actually the sidekick. You know, was the actual sidekick of the actual show. I mean, of Scrooge McDuck. So that was a very interesting thing. And they kind of saw it in a picture, you know? And the best part is at the end. And I love a good segue. You know, I love a good segue. And this one had one of the best segues ever. I'm not going to go ahead and ruin it. But it does mean that an old character might go ahead and make a return. So an old character that actually was not in DuckTales, but if the character might be here and she might make a return. Fuck, I fucked it up. But yeah, it is a she. So, yeah, I fucked it up, screwed it up. Anyway, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this character making a return, if this character does make a return, because every iteration of said character has actually been awesome. I really like every iteration of this character one way or another. For some reason, I just always enjoyed this particular character. Anyway, seriously, I'm saying a she, and it's DuckTales. If you can't figure it out, you are not a Disney fan, and you should be punished. You know. Anyway, so let me know what you guys thought about the new DuckTales. I'm sorry I couldn't really do a actual bigger video. I will go ahead and explain why I'm doing videos in my car. But in the meantime, just, you know, bear with me. You guys have a good night. Zeph out.